Okay,
When
but
you think
still, I'm
about
saying
you,
everybody
see, but
doesn't
you
die
when
in
you
their
when you think
80s.
about, yeah, some people live to 100.
Exactly.
Some people live to, 105. But they're still, even though they live that long, their body is weak. They're not real strong, and they're frail and fragile.
Yeah.
Where so, but even though they're still mobile, they still can move around and do certain things.
Right.
But they're still in that state. Whereas to why is it that our body deceive
Deteriorate.
turns on us and deteriorates? That's what I think about. At a certain age, our body stops functioning the way that it was designed to when we were younger, and how it's worked so well as the older we get, the body starts slowing its
Slowing down.
repairing its 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 systems start to fail, as you could say. I just think that, like, when you're young, you heal very quick,
That's true.
and your body renews itself. Where the older you get, that
That process
process
stops happening.
stops happening. It still it does happen, because you cut yourself, it heals. You break a bone, it heals. Even in the later ages, but
Yeah, but you don't
I'm
trip off of
talking
that
more
also,
about,
like the body is self healing.
yes.
You don't think that's weird?
Uh, not well.
Or like you never
No,
think about like
no.
the
I don't.
why, how that process happens?
Well, we know. It's just I no, I never really got it thought about it like that. But I just think about the whole process of, like, the Bible says, back in the days, people used to live to 600, 400, and 600
Right.
years. But because of certain things, our lifespan was
Shorten.
shortened to a point where, just think about it. If we lived and we were healthy at 200 years old or 150,
I don't know if I would want to live till I was 150 or 200 years old.
why not? That's the question. Do I think
I,
that our lifespan is so short? I liken that to today, where I look at my life like I wasted so much time in my early years, in my 20s and 30s, of not knowing what life was really about. When I learned what life is really about, I'm too old to change my future.
that's not, I see, I don't have that same belief. I don't think anyone's ever too old to change their future. I think that
Well,
people get stuck in that space of, oh, I'm this old or that old. I mean, you have 50-year-olds that still even attempt like going to college. So I don't know if, I don't feel like that's accurate. You know?
well, the way things are, the way things biologically,
Oh, biologically, yeah.
I'm talking biologically. I'm not saying. Yeah, you can go back to school and you can do all these things and change your life, but I feel that I look at myself and I say, if I would have knew, like the old saying says, if you knew what you knew now at an earlier age, your future would you would be at a different point in life now.
Yeah, of course, but that's part of life, just growing and learning and maturing and doing all those things. But I still don't feel like high truck life and blogs. I still don't feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like you ever get to a space where you can't change things in your life. I just feel like it's really up to you whether things change or not in your life. I don't think it has anything to do with age. Like, you probably feel old because you're in your 50s, but that doesn't mean like, oh, whatever I wanted to do when I was younger, I can't do now. I think that's fear. I don't think it has anything to do with anything else. Because, like, literally, I was thinking about that. Like, human beings have a lot of the same capacities as God has. I just think it's like this freak weird thing. Like, human beings produce other human beings. They Human beings give life. Human beings take life. Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, but
To me, that's crazy. Like, if you really, really think about it and wrap your head around it, it's a real thing. Like, for those who believe in God, God giveth life, right? Gave everything on this earth life, but human beings too have a lot of those same capacities. Women have babies to continue the life cycle. And then you have people on this earth that take other human beings' life. And when God's ready to take you, he gonna take you. It's, to me, it's just a lot. Like, if you really start thinking about it, it's a lot. So it just makes me wonder, like, what what capacities do human beings have that they don't even know that they have? Like, what else can they do that they're not aware of? Because we use such a small percentage of our brains, right?
right.
What if we used a larger percentage of our brains? What else could we do? You don't be thinking about shit like that? I just feel like it's a real thing, for real. It's just, to me, it's like when you really, really, really ponder on it, you know?
That's kind of like what I say. Like that's kind of like what people say. There's common sense, but what is common sense? Common sense is taught.
Yeah, but you can also say like everything is taught. Because when you have a baby, the baby comes out and the baby don't know nothing, right? Everything is a learned behavior. Even there is nothing that isn't a learned behavior, whether you learned it at home, whether you learned it in school, everything is a learned behavior.
Of course.
Yeah, so when you come out of the womb, you're pretty much a blank slate, right? Even when it just comes down to just the very fundamentals, numbers, letters, colors, all those things are taught to you by another individual.
Right.
We don't like come out the womb knowing those things. So, like, if you told your kid that red is blue instead of red, then that's what they would grow up believing.
No, I am no. I understand
Yeah,
that. I understand that. That's what I'm saying. So
but that's what I mean. Everything is taught. And even beyond everything being taught, like words, even the words that we speak now are like, someone else said that what meant what. Someone else said that high meant high, right? It's like it's all made up. The English language is pretty much made up. We, well, we didn't make it up, but like somebody made it up and then someone taught it to us and we just believed that it was true, pretty much.
pretty much.
Right. So how do you know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know that the shirt you're wearing is actually black? My understanding is that there is actually no such thing as color. Maddie! Actually, it's true. Watch. Maddie! Go get your mom cookie. Maddie! She must be watching her little show or something. But that's true. Is there a such thing as color?
I don't know.
Don't you learn that in school?
No.
Yes, you do. My understanding is there's no such thing as color.
That's not what the thing is.
What did they tell you?
There's a spectrum.
What do you mean? Look it up on your phone right now. I swear, there's no such thing as color.
We haven't learned that yet.
Literally, there's no such thing as color.
We haven't learned that yet.
We see color, but there's no such thing as color. Or do you ever think like everything that you know to be true, everything that's like in your brain or whatever, right? Where is all that information stored at?
Well, that's. I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah, like where is all that information? Like the brain is pretty small.
Well, the brain is,
The brain is pretty small compared to every other organ in your body.
but the brain is the human brain is the largest brain
You talking about versus animals and stuff like that?
besides like whales and stuff like that.
Yeah, but where is all that information stored? The brain's like a little computer, like a little baby computer, like an iCloud. The brain is the new iCloud.
But you have to, you know, when you, that's one of the questions when you have the ability to recall something from many years ago.
Right? Where was it?
You know, how are you able to recall something that happened to you when you were 10 or 11, an experience you had when you were in your, you know, 5 or 6, and you recall it clearly.
Right.
You know, how is that able? That just shows you how intricate the body is, the brain's ability. But it's true. That's what you say, and that's why I always say, does that part of us
Somewhere else.
go somewhere else when we pass away?
That part of us,
Our
i.e.,
body,
like your
they said,
consciousness.
our body is ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It goes back to dust, the body. But where does the soul and the mind go? Maddie!
But what does that mean? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That's basically saying like we were made from dust. The
Oh,
stars, right?
see if the pizza man at the door.
Oh, yay, she changed her pajamas.
No, the light will come on. He
Yeah.
usually knocks on the door.
Oh, it's probably that same guy who's been here before, so he probably knows where to go.
I should have got some
Maddie, you have cash?
tea.
Oh, you should have got some Thai tea. It was
What
pretty
happened to
good,
your
they little Thai tea.
$7?
She spent it. You should just you can put the tip on the, yeah. I just wonder about stuff like that. I do think it's kind of crazy. Maddie, where do you think we go when we die?
I don't know.
Where do you want to go when you die?
I don't know. Is there any place after death? Is the question.
That's what your dad said. Maybe we should do some research on it.
I honestly, and see, and that's why I say, you know, what I think about is, do we go, because where do our dreams come from when we have these vivid dreams? And you have a dream and you're someone else living a different life.
You have dreams like that, babe?
Yes.
So who you was and where you was at?
I mean,
I've had dreams where I was in what seemed like I was in World War One.
Really?
Honestly, and I was in Europe, and I was in a building.
Wait, did you look the same though, or did you look
I don't
different?
know what I look like.
You
I
don't
don't know.
remember?
I just know that the experience that I had that was vivid. It was like we were hiding in a building while the city was under attack.
Dude, remember I told you sometimes you scream in your sleep? I wonder
Yeah.
if that's when you were having like these crazy dreams.
I've had numerous vivid dreams where I'm in, and that's why I say, do we die? When we die, does this life, do we start a new life?
I
As an
think
infant,
so.
as an infant and grow up.
See, this is the
Because
thing. I don't know if it's
life
as
could be
in.
a dream.
I don't. Ha ha!
What?
Say it for the people in the back that didn't hear you, because that's what I believe.
Your
Right.
whole life could be a dream.
Absolutely.
So it's possible.
Your whole life
Is
could
it
be a
is it like the Matrix?
dream.
I do think life is like the Matrix, actually. I do.
My leg hurts.
I mean,
But
just like,
like I said, but
let me slap myself, see if I could wake up. It's not working.
but truthfully, that I mean seriously, I've had
They were all bad, or you have like good, vivid
no,
dreams
they
as
weren't all
well?
bad. They were just different situations, different, and it's not all like. And what's weird about it is, it's like I'm interacting with people that I know in that scenario,
But people
and
you know now.
huh?
People you know now.
But it's not people I know now.
Then what do you mean?
The people in my dream
Uh huh.
I know, like
But they're not a part of your life now, is what
exactly.
I mean. Yeah.
They were a part of my life in that dream,
Dream. Yeah. But it felt
and that
completely real.
yes, and it was like like I said, vividly real, like I'm awake like now,
But in a dream.
but in a dream. And they've all been like different situations, different time, different people.
But is it ever like now, like in modern times, or is it
Yeah,
more like old
some
times?
some some have been like older, older, no, old time.
Like old times?
Hmm.
Those are the ones that would creep me out. Not necessarily modern times, but like old times.
But that's why I said the ones that that like being in like being in World War One or World War Two.
Yeah, that would creep me out a little bit. You know what you should do? If you remember a dream like that, I would write it down and then like do research on like some of the things that happened during that time to see if there's a correlation between what happened during that time and what you're actually dreaming about.
And seeing that's what I be tripping on too, because you know, when I watch, you know, like
The
the
shows and stuff.
unexplained and
Right.
stuff like that, those, you know, and people be saying, yeah, I can remember another life when I was I was an airplane pilot in World War One, and it's a kid. He says I can remember a previous life, and my name was such and such and such. And then they do the research, and what he's talking about is
It's true.
100% true. And
Yeah.
see, that's where I'd be like, and that's where I get this is, you know, and then you have, you know, people always say, well, if I don't have it this life, my next life will be better. You know.
But I don't know
But
about all
see, I
that.
don't know.
When
That's what
people
I say.
say that, I
I
don't
don't
really
know when
believe
you.
that because I think that a lot that happens in life is like you said is created by oneself.
Right.
you know, like I do. Because even when you're like messing up in life or whatever in your younger days, whatever you want to call it, these were all like things that we wanted to do. Therefore, we did them, you know. And then I think when we just get older, we're just a lot of times too conditioned to do anything else.
Well, yeah, I, in a way, I think like sometimes I find myself thinking about, you know, like I think about my when I was growing up as a kid, and I used to always, you know, tell my parents, you know, I used to go and ask my parents. That's why if I could play sports and stuff like that, because I was really good in sports as a
Right.
young kid, and they were. My mom had me all wrapped up in the church, and she always,
Couldn't do anything
I could
else.
never do anything but go to church.
Yeah. But
And
what
you know,
if you would have stayed in sports or
yeah, would
done what
my
you
life
wanted
has
to do?
changed if my dad and my parents, um, you know, allowed me to follow a sports path like now? Would I have been like a great NBA player or a great football player, and would
What
my
do you
lifestyle
think?
be so? You know, like I say, I was very good in all sports. I was very good in basketball. I was very good in football. But because I was held back from playing Pop Warner, you know,
Everything.
everything, and
Yeah.
my mom focused on me going to church. That's why, you know, there's stuff that in church just, you know, I'm very,
Turned off.
yeah, about sports, about church because it was,
A forced thing.
yeah, and so it, who knows? I just said, you know, I always think that I was held back from doing other things or excelling other ways. And what I'm good at now, doing my job at what I'm, that's the extent of what I was able to accomplish. So I only excelled in it, and that's why I am so
Yeah, but
grateful.
still, isn't
But
that
it,
a personal choice? Because even, yes, I mean, I'll give you that you are really good at it, but at the same time, if you wanted to even take that and do something with that and take that further, you could have opportunities to do that. You're just comfortable in your space doing what you do. And that's what
no,
I'm,
no, that ain't
mm,
it. No, I think that um, the one thing about it is I feel that a lot of choice, a lot of the things that I would have liked to
explore.
explore into, I can't cause of the limitations, the financial limitations of what of how the next how
Economy is.
it, yes,
But
is.
the economy is what it is in the US, and I don't see any like changes anytime soon. I mean, the cost of
That
living will continue to go up. That's just facts. That's just
yes.
matter of fact. But doesn't that, for some folks, that would push them more, right, to do something different? Maybe something that is very much so unsafe. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And then for some folks, it just keeps them stagnant and keeps them in their safe little space. That's why I said you do what's safe.
Well, you know, also you have to. Yeah, I could say I do what's safe. I do
Yeah.
what's safe, but I do what's safe because I feel my life is bigger than me.
Because you have kids, of course.
So that's, and
But why can't you do both? That's what most
because
people do. They
for
do
me,
both.
for me is, I feel that it's not, it, I, I don't know. For me, it's, I guess you would say, I'm conditioned to think about them first, and I just don't feel comfortable, you know, gambling on something, and then
Sure.
and then think about it go wrong, and then me and my everybody is, you know,
Stuck
yeah, no, you know, I,
or
remember,
struggling or whatever the case is. But
you know, when you come when when you have had a hard time with kids and bouncing around, and the the the, the bad times that we started as, you know, for me it was that was a learning for me, and I've always told myself I'll never ever put us in that kind of a situation ever again.
I understand that. I feel the same way.
So to me, I'm not. It's hard for me to, you know,
I just don't consider it gambling, I guess.
I, you know,
I consider it more like, I look at it more like there's enough hours in the day to do both, and is it doing the safe thing? Is that actually helping my family?
but I don't think that.
You know what I mean? Like if I continue to do the safe thing, then you know what I mean? I don't know if that necessarily helps. I mean, I think doing just going balls to the walls and being crazy with it don't help. But being super safe isn't always the right thing either. Because with being in a super safe place, there's no growth, right? Like what growth do you get out of that? What growth does your family get out of that? That's probably your dude, your pizza guy.
Hello. Yes.
It's the pizza people. Hurry up, lady. I'm hungry.
Are you at the gate? Okay. All right. I'm gonna come to you right now. You're welcome.
She locked out.
Yeah, the gate's closed.
We'll be back. We got to get dinner.